Yo! Hello, y'all. This is DJ Intense here from On the Record Podcast. Listen, this is an emergency podcast. We just witnessed the Verzuz battle. There's going to be some cussing. It is raw, unfiltered, unedited. If your babies is around, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Enjoy the episode. So, wow. Wow.
Wow is the word.
It was a journey,
Wow.
to say the least.
This is actually an emergency podcast. I'm actually doing a live IG stream of us having a conversation right here. This is my On the Record, DJ Intense here. The center. To the left, I got Seti Rooney.
What up?
To the right, I got my boy Walt.
What it do, IG Live?
And to the On the Record podcast. Listen, guys. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
I never seen a Verzuz play out that long and we still be engaged.
Well, I didn't even get to why we're even going on live.
Yeah.
We just witnessed the verse battle between Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Ozzy Brothers. And we had to do an impromptu emergency podcast on that because I was like, guys, we're not missing this. I don't care what time we go to bed. Yo, we got to talk about it while it's fresh in our mind right now. Let's talk about it. What you think, guys?
Shit.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
Don't worry about it.
Oh, good. The dog lost
Don't
the
worry about
chain.
it because this emergency podcast is from the heart. So, viewer discretion is advised.
Honestly, here's the thing. If you're of the era, if you're in our age bracket, even younger, like around 1989 is the cutoff, dude, this was the music you were raised on. And these
Facts.
guys let it all out on that performance stage, man. 4 hours of hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
Talk about it.
And you know what it is? I was a little peeved by Steve Harvey's storytelling, but you know what it is? I'm sorry, Steve, because you know what it is? He painted a picture
Yes.
to the era, to the time in which he was raised on these two great acts of music. And to know 50 years later, bro, these guys been around since doo-wop of the 50s era, like the cutoff of 59, made the song Shout, the Isley Brothers, and they're still around to this day, and they're still producing music. It's like, dude, you gotta pay homage to these people, man. They really put on a hell of a show, and their career speaks volumes. They even scratched the surface of their careers and their music and everything like that, because it's like, we'll be here forever. Real talk.
If you was to go through all their albums of work and pick the best songs off the album, we'll be here. That verse could have been almost 8 hours long.
Facts.
Yo.
You know the Justice League movie was bad? Yeah. But it'd be well worth it, dude. I'm reading the IG comments. A lot of people were engaged for those 4 full hours.
Exactly.
Man. And DJ D-Nice earned his NAACP award for Best Entertainer. He spun like he never spun before and killed it.
People forget how D-Nice was part of the whole Boogie Down Productions with KRS-One and
Scott LaRock,
Scott LaRock,
Miss Melody.
Scott LaRock, and all that from the 90s. So he's been around for a long time, D-Nice.
And dude killed it, man. He chopped
Killed
it
the
up.
set.
Nah,
He killed the set.
bodied his set.
Bodied it.
Amazing.
And for those who
Respect
want to
to
hire
D-Nice.
him, yo, the price went up now.
Big facts.
Price
Big
going up.
facts.
Not for real. Hands down, yo.
Think
Like-
about DJing for the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Who
Like,
could...
Come on, man.
Shoot, man.
Like,
Come on,
that's wow.
Can you talk about Check Plus on your resume for that? Or like a, wish
Exactly.
list?
Facts.
I wish I was him
Like-
DJing right there, during that whole set.
Dude, you DJ for the president, Barack Obama, but that wasn't even the highlight compared to this, man. Like, 2 legendary artists still here, thank God. You know what I mean? They're still here to tell their story, to give us the music that we were raised on. Like, listen, you can't tell me that none of us were raised hearing that music in the background. You know, Saturday morning, mom cleaned the house. You ain't hearing September. You ain't hearing, who's that lady in the background. 'Cause I heard that music all the time, raised on that
And
shit.
their music has transcended so many generations, whether these younger kids or kids like my age or a little older know it or not. Because that's the beautiful thing about like hip hop and stuff like that. Their music will always live on because there'll always be someone inspired by it, trying to use that same energy but do it in their own way.
Exactly.
Stuff like that, which I appreciate.
Listen, that song "In Between the Sheets" was sampled over 160 times.
Talk about it.
I mean, you already know who sampled it. Biggie with Big Papa, Jim Jones, Summer in Miami. Who else? I could think off the top of my
Jay-Z,
head.
ignorant shit.
Yeah.
Yep. We go on and on.
And that's another thing about you artists too. Own your publishing, own your masters, because for them keep getting the sample of over and over, they keep eating.
Yep.
Check.
They'll eat
check.
Ever. And you pass on to your estate, and you keep on eating after eating, so you will never go broke, never go hungry.
And this is the key thing. That's the one. Thank you for bringing that up, because that's the key things we people learn from this broadcast. To have this many years in the game and still own your shit is a miracle in itself. Given the time, especially they were in the era, backstabbing record producers and executives, and being whitewashed, being played for like white artists and stuff, being have your own shit out there for you to be able to see.
While dealing with racism and coming from the South and all this stuff, we don't even take into account like the era in its totality. Like, these were black men making the kind of music they were making, facing shady industry practices that still go until this day, while dealing with a different type of racism. And like when they say tomorrow wasn't promised, like back then is the epitome of that.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it really was not promised. Touring all over the South. I can only imagine what they had to deal with that they did not discuss.
Exactly. Like,
we've seen it in the movies, they do documentaries, whatever.
But
actually, for them to make it out through all that
and survive,
Yep.
and to be on millions upon millions like live streams.
Wow,
my gosh,
79?
79,
it's still killing it,
Crazy.
bruh. The fact that he was still singing his songs like you heard on the original records at 79 years old,
dude. That's a godsend right there. That's a, man.
This dude's been doing it for 50 plus years.
That's passion.
Since he was 17 years old, since Shout.
Yeah.
Crazy. Shoot, he done broke beyond that 10,000 hour theory, man.
My gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how many platinum records he has right now in his collection? 28.
Between the two of them is a bunch of platinum records.
Yeah. Like, whew.
I think it's also important for like artists to like master their craft and not always, even when you feel like you've mastered it, they'll put a ceiling on it, and also write your own songs. Whether you're writing yourself for artists, for you as an artist who's trying to establish yourself and stuff like that, or you're writing for others, write these songs. Just write them, because you never know. Even if it's not a song, even if it's not a hit record at like the prime or whatever you can say the prime of your career is, someone down the line might want to use that record, sample it, and next thing you know, oh, I'm getting a house here. Oh, I'm getting this Bentley there. Like,
there you go.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
You never know, man. But the overall, I love the verse battle they had. This one right here.
Oh yeah.
I remember they talked about it. I was like, really, Earth, Wind & Fire and Ozzy Brothers gonna do verses? And if I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, if Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight could do a verse and tear it up, I expect these two guys, these two groups to do it.
And remember, their stream was like, what, 500,000?
Yeah.
And they're 500,000 themselves, too.
Yeah, they hit there. And mind you, they're on two separate apps. They're on the Thriller app and they're on the Verzuz app. IG app. So the fact that they hit those numbers and beyond on both,
yep.
And it's an Easter Sunday.
Woo.
Oh,
everybody's
man.
home too. Especially.
Everybody's home.
Yeah.
During this COVID, people were, we were still home.
It could not get more perfect than today.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that show was amazing, man. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I gave Steve Harvey a lot of shit because of his whole political situation. But you know what it is. After tonight, man, I'm willing to forgive the dude.
I didn't personally don't care about his political situation with that. I thought Steve Harvey to me reminded me of a super fan.
Yeah.
As a host.
Oh yeah.
I had people that was commenting in the the comments saying, "Oh, Steve Harvey's talking." I say, bro, you gotta understand of him being in that time. You know what I'm saying? And talking his stories of him growing up, seeing these guys in concert,
walking to the record shop,
getting the record, going to a chick's house with the record so they can listen to it over and over again, like
riding
2-3 times.
3 miles.
Riding 3 miles.
Red light basement situation,
yeah. Right on the poster board.
And he said he rode 3 miles to do this, to give this this record that he wrote the lyrics to this girl, while still not knowing that no one could be home.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, we would have been tight.
Exactly.
You know, someone text me like, "I'll be home so and so," and then you get there at so and so time, and dude's not or she's not here, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Seriously?
You're like, seriously?
Yo.
What the hell's going on? And it's just I did not mind him as a host because for me he was a narrative of putting you in that era. Because think about it, you could have him talk and et cetera, but you needed an outside presence to say like,
Exactly.
this is what I was doing at that time. Because if you really think about Steve Harvey's career, he didn't really get popping until about the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of trials and tribulations.
And he talked about how like he grew up, it was rough for him.
Yep.
He didn't get popping until his late 30s, early 40s.
Yep.
Nice.
How he was almost homeless, you know what I'm saying, numerous times, et cetera, et cetera. So
Real life shit, man.
real life stuff, real life shit going on. So it's the fact that he can talk about it
Yeah.
and explain how the situations was, man. Oh man.
I respect it. 'Cause you know that he came from a long way from Showtime to the Apollo.
Yes, he did.
You know, a lot of people don't forget about that part, man.
Yeah, man. I think he talked about how he got on the Apollo on the show before.
Honestly, I think anybody who can't relate to see what Steve is doing, it's a little disingenuous because you can't tell me if there were bands like even myself, like bands I listened to from like the MySpace era, whether it was like a Linkin Park type band or something. You can't tell me if they was doing a verses with another dope band around that time, and I was hosting, like I wouldn't be geeking out.
Exactly.
Talking,
Yeah, you were
talking
marking
about
the fuck out.
talking about like
Exactly.
this is the story when I was listening to this song and stuff like that. It's like a kid in the candy store. It's like,
Exactly.
damn.
Yeah.
It's like you're meeting like Stan Lee, and you're dumbfounded, like, oh shit, you don't lose your damn mind, like.
That's what I'm saying, like
I didn't mind it.
facts.
Of course, the Twitter words, some people are gonna go off in the comments. So let them
Yeah.
talk. No, let this marinate.
Yeah.
That's why I was more like I'm rather because they went overtime.
Yeah.
Facts.
2 hours plus.
You know what I'm saying? They started at 8. The show started at 8. They didn't really get on to about 8:30, and 8:30 onward, it was with it
Live.
live. Shout out to the outfit people. Man,
Dude.
boy, Ron Isley with that fur coat, boy.
Cold.
That little silky.
Cold.
That's,
Cold.
oh my
Smooth.
God.
I mean,
That little
cold.
silver.
Super smooth.
Woo.
Cold, man.
Smoother than $300 tequila, man.
That's one thing I admire about a lot of these OGs. They really showing us how to be cold and just be just like it's
Yeah.
possible.
Probably, yeah.
Like and also reinforcing like what Steve was talking about, like being old is the goal. Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's a blessing to go on and grow and reflect on different experiences and sort of like bridge the gap between these younger generations because you've lived a lot of life and stuff like that. You're not gonna. It's not always gonna be like, oh, we preaching about like, oh, this is how I would have done it in my day. It's more like, yo, this is just my storyline. This was my path and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
We brought it up just now, like I said, Who's That Lady? And you hear I Love Myself by Kendrick Lamar. Sample that thing, Perfect Storm right there,
Man, talk about the samples.
Or Shining Star was sampled by Sons of Man back in the day. So it was like a lot of samples all for those two guys.
And also, I gotta say, shout out to Genius because they were just dropping out gems.
Oh, yeah.
left and right throughout the
In
whole
the
entire
comments.
thing. To the
Yep.
comments.
A lot of fun facts.
A lot of fun facts.
Man.
Like, I even talked about one of the songs that the Isley Brothers did was sampled by Aaliyah. Let me know.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
At your best, yeah.
At
I
your
love
best.
that song.
Yep.
Love
Choosy
that
lover.
song.
Choosy lover.
That's what I'm saying.
When she sung that song, oh my God.
Talk about heart
Yeah,
melting.
Those are
I completely forgot about the Isley Brothers made that song in the first
Yeah.
place.
yeah. Timeless records. It don't matter the era the record came from, the aesthetic or how it sounds and stuff like that. If some shit is good, it's gonna resonate and transcend eras.
Facts.
It is what it is,
Talk to me.
Like if it hits you right in the soul, hits you in the heart,
Talk to me.
hits you in the feels. Like,
Talk to me.
A lot of songs can't do that nowadays. Not a lot.
And what I liked about it, because like you said, they made timeless music
Facts.
for a long time.
Facts.
Yep, 50
Oh my
years.
And countless of platinum plaques between the two of them.
God, man.
Dude, freaking Earth, Wind & Fire had 45 albums.
There you go. 45.
That's
Albums.
insane. That's
For a
insane.
group.
Unheard of.
That's insane. That's a ridiculous work rate and a passion for one's craft.
That's it.
Exactly. Because it's all collaboration of all talented artists, writers, musicians right there in that group, man. They've been doing it for the longest, and it says at the end of the day, it's love for the music.
How much does the Isley Brothers have? If the Earthquake got 45, don't Isley like 30 plus too?
Yeah, I think they lost count at 35. They said they like, I think 35. They lost count. They shrugged their shoulders like they didn't know. Dude, 5 decades. I guarantee there's over 30 plus albums
Yeah.
for the Isley Brothers.
To even get to a point like that is just absurd. Because when I be looking at even like some of these modern day bands and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you usually got an album. Maybe depending on where you're at, level wise, you probably got maybe a 2 year. Dare I say sometimes 3 year tour, and then you take a break, and then you back in the studio again. Like the amount of time that passes by between from project to project, and then you think about like what? Wait, he's at what number album? 25, 30 albums.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But you know what it is? I think it's, you know how Pac was out in the studio all the time, writing
Yeah.
and recording.
Yeah.
I think these guys were the creators of that. They pretty much were in the studio, in the soundstage, making music hit after hit after hit after hit, and kept going like a locomotive. Just keep going, pumping out hits and all that stuff. Yeah. I think that's what it is to be have as many albums that you have.
Is your mic on? Let me see.
Wait, I hope it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
I mean, that's also a hard thing to do as well when you're like, especially artists. I've seen like, well, not too many artists, but to put out an album year in, year out for like consecutive years, that's very difficult to do and still be good. Like I've seen Rihanna do it for the first half of her career.
Yeah.
I saw Jay-Z do it for a very long time before he started
in the 90s.
taking gaps
Breaks.
and stuff like that. Once you get to a certain stature, you're like, I could chill out a bit.
Or you're burned out.
Let me miss you more.
Facts.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I gotta give a shout out to Swiss Beats and Timbaland because
Timbo, Swissy.
you've been giving us these free concerts right here, and I'm all here for it. You know what I'm saying?
Spoiled.
Yeah.
I am
Exactly.
spoiled
We're
rotten.
spoiled.
And the fact that I can stay in my house, cast from my computer onto my TV or whatever device I'm using, and get a free concert from legendary artists, I'm satisfied.
That's a blessing.
Exactly. Like, it had never been a weak ass versus yet. You
Um,
know what? Correction. I'm still a little miffed
It's debatable.
by the Keisha Cole Shanti thing by Mabla Mia Shanti. I'm gonna stop because I want to create no beef.
Ain't no beef. I'm just saying. There's been some verses I was like,
Name one.
Jagged Edge.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
112?
Yeah, that was weak sauce.
I didn't see that one.
I skipped that
can't
one.
comment,
I skipped that one. That was weak sauce.
That one came right after Beat Him and Bounty Killer.
Man.
Yeah, you couldn't beat that.
But then there were verses I wish I would have saw live, like I mentioned earlier, the Neo, Jonte Austin.
Oh, that's the number of
battle.
songwriters just going like here.
But the thing is, the songs that Jonte wrote, and then the songs that Neo wrote, but also the songs Neo wrote for himself too.
Yeah.
That was just like,
It was funny.
See, that was a
Oh, my
Music
God.
Geeks verses right there, man.
Yo,
Like today with
real talk.
Ghostface and Raekwon. That was like a musical geeks verses right there.
man.
I think today they actually had, I think it was the Shade Room. Somebody, the Shade Room today, they actually had they have a little post, whatever. They had a post of songwriters. And then Nino, Jonte Austin, Sean Garrett,
Yep.
Esther Dean, as songs that they wrote for other people on when I was going to post it up, but I forgot to do it.
They should do more of a songwriters battle. I would love to see, say, Esther Dean versus The Dream, or say freaking maybe Babyface versus what's her name, Diana something. She wrote some of those big records for like Aerosmith and stuff like that.
Wow.
Crap, I've got her name.
You know what I want to see
Damn it.
for writers? I think I want to see Terry Jim and Jimmy Lewis versus Full Force.
Ooh.
Because they wrote hits. People don't realize Full Force made a crap load of hits for a lot of artists like Britney Spears and stuff. That would be an epic battle. You'd be surprised what Full Force written.
Ooh.
Like, you don't even know. You don't even know.
Talking about getting geeked up.
You don't even know.
Getting geeked up.
Or maybe like, I don't know, maybe we could take it like maybe old school, like new school, like Organized Noise versus Justice League.
Ooh.
something like
Nice.
That. I'm saying, man, that shit would be ridiculous. Like, I
Oh
would
my
love,
gosh.
See, or in 1500 or nothing, because those
Oh
guys
yeah, they don't play. They don't play.
play.
They don't play.
At all. Like
don't play.
they get right to it. They are about it. It don't matter if it got to be on the computer. It don't matter if they got to pick up a guitar. No, that'd be interesting. 1500 nothing versus Justice League. That's another
That'd be
one.
nice.
Yeah.
That's another one. You'd be like, shh, man. Or even like in-house crews like TDE versus OVO, their producers,
Yo.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That would be
Or
sick
anyway,
too.
Mafia and those guys going out with some other crew.
Oh my god!
I'll be
They got a
insane.
bunch of hits with Zaytoven and Southside and those guys.
Speaking of 808 Mafia, freaking Metro booming.
Yeah.
I'm still not
Oh,
over this
Jesus.
21 Savage project that he.
They did Savage Mode 2.
Oh,
He
my
did one
God.
last year, Metro Boomin project. It was just him alone and somebody else. I think he did one with Big Sean too.
That he did, but I felt like it was a little underwhelming from Big Sean's part. But I thought the production was still
Was slap.
elite.
Remember the battle they did with Hit Boy and who else did a battle?
Hit Boy
and-
Boy Wonder.
Boy Wonder.
Yo, Hit Boy destroyed Boy Wonder, man.
Man.
After we pulled out that hit, Deep Reference, whew, the Nipsey Hussle big song.
Well, he
track,
pulled it out
He pulled it out. First time hearing ever.
in the versus battle. He put it out on
Yeah.
that versus. I didn't know that.
And dude, it was
So
like
it was like a sneak attack.
it was a super sneak
Ooh,
attack, but dude was like,
crafty.
yo, it's like, yo, this shit's so unfair. Like, yo, I know, but I gotta do it to you. I gotta do it to you, B.
Hit Boy, he got a lot of like, because he's mentioned this guy as one of his influence. He got a lot of Scott Storch type qualities where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he makes so many dope beats, but none of them sound alike. But
No.
they're incredible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And well, like mixed and mastered and stuff like that. He's a dangerous one to face in a beat battle. Also, I think one of the most dangerous ones was probably not in this whole thing that we don't mention of is Wonder Girl. Wonder
Yeah.
Girl
Oh,
is
yeah.
a monster with her bass lines and just that overall like trap aesthetic she got is very unique. And another dangerous guy is K Tronada. K Tronada
Oh
Yes.
my God!
Yes.
They can bring it
Yes.
up.
K Tronada
Yes.
can
Yo.
give it to you any way you want. I'm talking about like hip hop, R&B,
Whatever you want, I'll give it
up-tempo
to you.
house
Rock.
records like
Yeah.
that.
I'll give it to
You
you.
will have a long day with that guy.
Yes, you
yeah.
would.
From like a beat battle
Yeah,
standpoint.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He'll
He'll give it to you.
Shoot, like his first album, what the first track Uno?
Yeah, that's it. But I gotta get back to this verse because
Man,
wow, I'm spoiled,
yeah.
Dude, even DJ D Nice killed it.
bruh. D nice.
He earned that.
D nice. Let me tell you something, brother. You're making us DJs look out there look bad. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Hear me out when I say this. Not your fault.
It's with the utmost respect.
It's
Talk,
with the
bro.
utmost respect.
Yeah.
Because what you did on your set, these young boys can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
On Real Wax.
And on real wax too. And the fact that you just everything on point, ain't missing no beat. I was like, God, just,
Effortlessly.
whew, he's just having fun. And that's why I like to DJ like that. I like to DJ the old school stuff because that music makes you feel good.
Honestly, you can only get to a mode and second nature understanding when you just doing it just for fun and ain't
Yep.
nobody watching.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Cause now he uploads the IG live and like
Automatically, you're gonna
consciously he knows that he's out there and people are watching what he's doing. But when he's in his zone, he doesn't care about none of this.
No.
He's just
Exactly.
in his zone,
he's in his own realm.
going.
maybe 1 person or 1 million watching. He's still gonna do his thing.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly. That's another thing that a lot of DJs gotta understand. Like, you have to have fun doing what you're doing, and you can't let the outside influence you doing what you're doing.
Yep.
That's out of my control. I can only control. DJ's I tell DJ, and it's almost like playing tennis, like golf, or even be the chef, where you control the narrative.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The people outside may influence you, but they shouldn't take over what you do. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same way I feel about artists. I always say all the great artists are selfish with their art.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because regardless of what's going on, who's doing what, this artist has this thing working for him and stuff like that. You do what you do because
Yep.
the listeners came to you because there's something that you offer that no one else does.
Exactly.
So the minute you start catering to them because they might start liking other sounds or they might have these type of suggestions, you run the risk of now being invisible to them because they're like, oh, you're just trying to do this. Or you already made this album already. You just gotta do what you gotta do, because you lose and gain fans all the time,
Yep.
and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
And this is why I like someone like Jadakiss because he never had to change his style. Especially when
Never.
the South was rising, back in the early odds, he never changed who he was as an artist. Neither of his D-Block compatriots never changed their style, never broke out. Nothing. They stayed true to themselves. 'Cause a lot of artists from New York changed their flow to match with the Southern style, and it didn't work out for them at all.
It's not their growth.
Yeah, and I think what's saving D Block and Jadakiss is the streams. Cause we spoke about it before. You know, he had 1 billion streams recently. Jadakiss.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying?
He put out a really good album.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
But just before that whole thing, he had a billion streams for all his art to work. Jadakiss.
And not for nothing.
That's wonderful.
If it wasn't for COVID and stuff like that, he would have an ill run with these singles, especially
Yes,
the
he
song
would.
he got with him,
Facts.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Like he would have an
Yeah,
ill
Need Your
run with
Best.
these singles. So it's like it's hard. It's hard because the thing is, it's like I always say about last year. The only highlight of last year was the music, in my opinion.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
and the games as well. I would say, but that's,
Because everybody had to sit down, and if they was going to continue to make music, that shit had to be dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my thing was like there was a lot of dope projects to choose from, not only hip hop wise, but R&B wise,
Yep.
Afrobeat and stuff like that. The amount of shit that I found that just hit for me is like I feel like some of these artists made some of their best work in years by like, you know, having to sit down and really think about what the hell they was gonna put out,
Yeah.
because you really can't move, you can't tour and play all the old hits, so you got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you gotta be in the lab, like focused.
Focus, zoned in.
think about it. Nas put out King's Disease.
Amazing album.
Amazing.
Freddie Gibbs with Alfredo and stuff like that.
Yep, amazing
So,
album.
Shoot,
Yeah.
if you want to go like, you know, the R&B, you know, route, you know, late night route, Division, I think arguably put out their best work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they haven't missed.
Didn't Lucky Day put out what's it called?
An EP?
Yeah.
It's fire.
Not this year. Was it last year?
He put out
was last year.
He put out something.
I know Table for Two's this year.
Table for Two's this year.
And I think it was like something with painting or something last year. And Giveon too. Oh my God. Woo.
That's a cool dude. That's a cool dude. He's gonna be around for a long time.
Even Busta Rhymes probably
Yes.
made that
Yes.
He put out-
Element. Yes, he did.
album. ELE2 was a whew, was
A
monster.
classmate of mine actually got a production credit on his album.
That's what's up.
Congrats,
That's a good look.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
that
really
one
good
right there.
look.
So I just
Honestly, music is kind of in a bit of a renaissance in a way.
yes, it is.
Yes.
Because a lot of like, I hate when artists say, "Oh, radio." I say, bro, you don't need it anymore. I'm sorry.
Technology, get a
technology
Spotify.
is your best friend.
But I always say that to artists who are prisoners of their eras, and who where the radio holds so much weight to what they listen to that they don't further, like, you know,
Payola.
they don't.
We're not gonna say that
They-
because I'm a DJ that's on the radio. It's a donation. It is a donation. It's not a payola. It's a donation.
It's a DJ cares fund.
Yes, exactly. Okay? The DJ cares fund.
My whole thing is just like, it's disrespectful to the artists who are pulling for some of the artists that you appreciate or hold in high regard, because you ain't gonna tell me Lucky Day out here making great music. You're not gonna tell me Miguel ain't out here making great music.
Exactly.
Shoot, you damn sure ain't gonna tell me that Usher's Bad Habits record isn't a great
Dude, that's
record.
an amazing album.
I
You
still don't
know,
understand how that
amazing
didn't hit the airways.
You know,
It's hitting the,
I'm just
the
saying.
R&B record,
But it's not hitting the airways.
It's like in the pop records, the pop station. I
It's
mean.
not. I'm like, bro, why is this not on that? That's the one thing I hate about you, that you people at the radio, that piss me off sometimes, because certain songs should be spun on the radio and it doesn't get spun. And I don't understand why it doesn't do that.
This is-
well, I kind of do, but we're not gonna get in that one though. But whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a long rabbit hole. I don't got the stories and time for it.
I understand artists have quote unquote cold streaks, but this is Usher Raymond we're talking about.
Yeah.
This guy has done great dance records, great pop records. We don't even got to get into R&B. We know what time it is when it comes to that and stuff like that. But it's just like, come on. My whole thing is like, if I hear some shit, you know, that's just like it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, whether I like it or not and stuff like that, I could just be like, yo, that's it. If I really like it and I think that's it, I'm going to let you know and be like, don't put this off to the side. Go work this out of radio.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. But you know what it is? I'm glad we live in an era of satellite radio. We live in an era of streaming services and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And now even with Patreon, we actually get to support the artists directly now.
Yep.
And avoid all the BS from, you know, the industry. Like, I think, honestly, in the next 10, 20 years, it interests me that on this last leg. And it's going to die
Next
off.
10, 20 years.
10, 20, 30 years.
It's happening right now. Forget the next 10, 20 years.
The thing changed completely, though. Like,
Yeah.
without question. But
Have you seen the revenue stream? What the labels are is getting compared to streaming
they're
services?
dying. They're pretty much on a welfare state right now.
Bro, it's
Honestly,
bad.
And the industry doesn't like this kind of empowerment. You
No,
know?
they don't.
And one of the earliest crews I want to credit for that do-it-yourself type era that has been ushering in for the past decade is Our Future.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know, we could
Total
say
facts.
we could say how polarizing, how different, how weird they are. What we can't say is they ain't talented.
Nope.
Facts.
We're not gonna say that. To them.
There's too many things that I point out that could be like, okay, so you got Tyler still making great music, evolving. You got Frank Ocean, who's impacted the game in a very cult following way.
Yep.
You got Sid, who does great solo stuff,
internet.
great features. She has a dope band called The Internet. It's one of the best bands in the
Get
world.
down those albums, please.
So like you're talking about very talented people who think for themselves. And
Earl
nobody give a
Sweatshirts too.
Yeah. Earl Sweatshirt's a cool rapper. Like they do not give a fuck what you think. They just gonna do what they do.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Do what you do best, and they will follow.
Exactly.
Stop trying to fit in because it's not gonna be good for you.
Look, you know what? I think they learned that from like Wu-Tang because you know what it is? They follow their own beat to their own drum. Mm-hmm. And if you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If not, oh well.
Oh well, exactly.
You know how crazy it would look if Drake tried to do what Pitbull does?
Exactly. But did he try to do that with that song with Bad Bunny though?
It's just different.
Well, no. He put his tone the one with that
Different
one.
though.
He put his tone the one with that. Don't feel bad.
Like, think
for
about
that.
it. When he said, I remember he said way before he started doing like dance records and stuff like. He said if I'm gonna do like a dance record, I'm not gonna need like a David Guetta, Calvin Harris, or something like that. No disrespect to either of them, because those guys are successful in their own right. And I love their records, but he said I'm gonna do it in my way, and his way was way of Toronto, where he's around soca and dancehall type beats and Afro beats and stuff like that. Because when you look at Toronto, anybody who knows Toronto, it's a melting pot of diversity and stuff like that.
Almost West Indian.
So all this like culture vulture type shit and stuff like that. Like I said, if Blem comes on at a party, I want to see who's staying still. I really want to see who's staying still.
Yo, facts. A lot of people are closeted fans. You said earlier before the recording, a lot of people will be closeted Drake fans. I'll say it from the point blank. I am a Drake fan.
Facts.
I mean, no, it's nothing wrong with that.
It's not wrong with being a fan of greatness. It's not wrong with it.
I was a fan from the beginning, but back then, you could say 2010 when he was first coming out.
Yeah.
People were killing this guy. They were killing Drake
Listen,
online.
I was a fan from the jump.
So
Appreciate the versatility. I'm talking about room for improvement, comeback season and stuff like
So
that.
far gone.
But I must admit I didn't see it to this degree. I didn't see the WizKid link up. That's another thing too. I always said if this was X-Men, he'd be Professor X.
Pretty
with
much.
the Cerebro.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got the WizKids of the world and stuff like that. You got the Weekends of the world.
The
Now-
Popcorns, he got Popcorn over
and my thing is like Popcorn as well. He's doing these
The
records.
grime scene.
The grime
Yeah.
scene.
Yep, he brought it to America.
Skepta and all of them and stuff like that. Like he's not only doing these records with these artists and stuff like that, but he's going on tour with them. He's at their shows.
Good job.
They're on his projects and stuff like that. So this culture vulture narrative is bullshit because to me a culture vulture is like I go in the studio with you. I see what you're doing. I don't hit you up. You're not on my records.
Yep.
We don't tour. I don't support you. I don't shout out you in interviews. I don't tell any stories behind you. I'm just taking your shit and acting like I made some next groundbreaking shit.
And eating off of it lovely without you
Facts.
giving you a dime. Like you're pretty much pulling an Elvis move. Let's keep it 100.
Like this nigga's been more selfish in a lot of ways than I could think of. Think about that shit.
Exactly.
Even with guys like A$AP Rocky, Kendrick early on. Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga is pretty giving as far as I'm concerned.
Who?
Drake with like the
Oh, yeah.
opportunities and shit like that.
He's always giving back.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he helped put Migos on the map.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shoot. And what's his name? I think one of Amigos' OGs tried to say like Versace might have been scorching in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But the minute the boy got on the remix, it went beyond Atlanta.
It went global.
Just like with dancehall and Afrobeat. I'm not saying he invented it. I'm just saying it went from beyond Jamaica to New York City to now
it broke the
Cali
walls.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. When
And
that
Canada.
music, when those tempos start entering Taylor Swift's music or Justin Bieber's music, who just did a record with Burna Boy of his new album, what more can I say about that?
Talk about it. Talk about
It
it.
is why you go back to the verses. You had to be a link between the old school and new school for things to be on that same path of exposure.
I gotta shout out the Icy Brothers for actually not being selfish with their music and letting these 90s and these hip hop acts get the sample clearance for it, because without those sample clearance, a lot of records that was being played tonight in the verses you wouldn't have heard.
Facts.
But they understand the bigger picture. They understand like, listen, my music's gonna live on. Artists are gonna sample my stuff. new kids are gonna hear my music, and I'm
Yep.
gonna influence them in a way, whether it's directly or indirectly. I'm sure some of these kids who are unfamiliar with the Ozzy Brothers that I was watching is tuning into this
Earth, Wind,
verses.
and Fire.
We're probably looking like, yo, this guy is at 79 still out here rocking the show. Probably be like, yo, I'm not that bad of a singer. I could do this shit forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
If you take care of yourself, though.
Facts.
Do the right thing. Like, honestly, take care of your voice box, and you're good, man. Hear your vocals. Like, listen, a lot of these artists be doing like the tea drinking thing, warm liquids, have their house conditioned in a certain amount of temperature. You gotta be careful because your voice is your instrument, and once that goes, it's a wrap.
And also shout out to Philip from Earth, Wind, and Fire for holding down those vocals, man.
Facts.
To still hit those high notes to this day.
Tough.
Yep, it's very tough. Like Fantasy, he did with the song Fantasy. He still hit those high notes.
Yeah.
He showed a little bit, but he still hit them.
Yeah, he did. And RIP to Maurice White, man.
Yo.
Who was the glue and founder of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That hurt, man. He wasn't there, man.
Yeah, 2016.
Definitely.
But like Walt said, he said that Maurice's white spirit was in the room.
What's up? I'm telling you, he was there.
Like,
He was
nah,
there.
man, I gotta be
He
here,
was
son.
definitely there, man.
I gotta be here, man. Yo,
definitely
Jesus.
What have he done?
He was like, yo, stop it, Rod. Stop it.
Ron, no. He's like, Ron, no. No, Ron, no. No, Ron,
Even
no.
Jasper's down there somewhere, man, chilling
Oh
with,
my
with,
God,
with
seriously.
Maurice.
And my whole thing about this is like, Verzuz is like, to me, it's definitely dope because it's still like feels like really hip hop and fresh to us. But like, little do we know, we could see in the next few months. Oh, we heard. Oh, breaking news! The Ozzy Brothers got residency in Las Vegas.
Yep.
They get a nice bag or something like that. To be honest with you, because they are legacy acts.
Yep.
Let's
And there's still audience
you know,
for those guys.
let's put things into proper perspective, because when these type of acts are getting these residencies over there and stuff like that with a main attraction like Las Vegas,
Yeah.
that is
Not by accident.
serious. It's not by accident at all.
Yeah,
Didn't Drake and Fabulous get a residency in Vegas at one point?
I think
I believe
so.
so.
They
Yep.
both did.
Britney Spears got a residency.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake,
Got a
I
residency.
think he has an incredible Justin Timberlake and Tennessee Kids.
Yep.
He has an incredible show that he did over there. The only thing I ever 5-star on Netflix. Like, that shit is incredible. Like, you should watch it.
What show?
When Justin Timberlake was doing residency. This is around the time, I guess, I think it's the 2020 Experience Part 2
Yeah.
tour, and he had residency there like briefly, and he filmed it and he
Ooh.
put it on Netflix. It's called Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids.
All right.
It's incredible.
I'll
Yeah,
check
check
it
that
out.
out.
It's
man.
freaking incredible, bro.
Check it
I
out.
was seeing one of the videos on IG where they're doing their rendition to the song Poison, and they killed it. Even the big dude was killing the beat and doing the dance and everything. He was killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, check it out.
that band is official. Like, it's never it's we with Justin. Like, everybody is important.
That's
You
what's
know.
up.
Which is what it's about, especially when you're in a band. Those guys, everybody matters. It's like, we can sit here and talk about Ron and hitting the high notes, but Ernie out here killing everything moving on that guitar. Like, he wasn't
Ernie,
playing.
Speak
Like,
about Ernie, man.
Jesus.
Yo,
man.
you gotta give him his flowers, man. One of the best guitarists out there.
Facts.
And you need to put in the conversation for greatest of all time.
Yes.
Period.
Period.
Man.
Him, Clapton, Santana, it's a bunch
Prince.
of them.
Prince.
Slash.
Yo, Prince did this
Eddie Van Halen.
live version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Oh my God, it's a video on YouTube he did like many years ago. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, she got it on YouTube.
It was a lot of improvising and Prince just really flexing, like, yo, I do this for real. Like, I may not be in a lot of people's lists, or I might not be coming through word of mouth on these discussions, but y'all gonna know. Like,
I've always said, and people think I'm crazy when I said, I thought Prince was better than Michael Jackson as far as a musician.
yeah, he is.
As an entertainer, MJ has it.
Without question.
Yeah.
But Prince as an artist and musician had it over MJ. And
without
people were like,
question.
why would you say that? I said, Prince played everything you heard.
Yes. Piano.
Guitar, drums, bass.
The thing is, very, very people will understand that because the thing is, like, when you hear something versus you at one point playing an instrument, you understand the difference because they might think you disrespecting somebody. It's like, no, it's not disrespect. It's more like when you write,
Yeah.
you play the bass, you play the guitar,
You respect that more.
you produce, you mix, you engineer. There's a lot of hats you're wearing as one person.
And he created a lot of bands too on top of that.
Facts.
The Time, Apollonia Vanity 6.
Yep.
He created a hell of a lot of
And
bands.
mentored artists, like perfect example of, I think she had one of the best albums, I think, of a couple years ago, Snow Allegra.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
Snow
did.
Allegra.
He mentored her?
Yeah.
he did.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
yeah. Yep.
So that's why you guys are here, because you guys are more geeked up than me.
Now, you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. If you played instruments in school and whatnot, you appreciate the artists who are actual artists more than anything else. Listen, I played like 6 instruments in high school, and freaking, I appreciate Prince, but he's in the same mindset of freaking, I'm gonna do everything I can to make the best shit possible. And if I gotta play the drums to do it, I'll play the drums. If I play the bass, I'll play the bass. I'll play the guitar, I'll play the guitar. I'll do vocals, I'll do the vocals. I'll do the whole damn thing.
You want to do background? I can do background vocals too while I'm here. You know
exactly. And he did that.
And he did that. So that's why I Prince to me was always had it.
Like, if you get a chance to listen to this album, the original verses, the original version of the song, like Glamorous Life, he did the vocal and he did the background.
What always blew my mind with Prince was how loyal his fan base was, predominantly being black, but he was doing so many different things that was out of the norm, like
for R&B,
incorporating new wave and how synth driven a lot of his music was, while still keeping funk and like disco elements and stuff like that. Like, if you listen to his first album and then you probably go to like his even maybe third, fourth album, it's like you're hearing a different artist. It's crazy.
Hell, what's this Batman soundtrack, man?
Wow.
That's an amalgamation of hip hop, rock, soul, R&B. Like, it's like all over the place, but it was perfection.
Thanks.
The best thing I've ever seen Prince do before in my life, and I hands down to this guy, is when he checkmate Dave Chappelle and made the Breakfast Can't Wait song and have Chappelle on the cover. I'm like, oh my. Genius.
I remember that.
Genius.
I remember that was hilarious.
And I know he probably was playing around, but the song was still fire too.
It was.
So it's like, checkmate, Dave.
Listen, Dave Chappelle, as far as I'm sure Dave took it like, yo, I'm here.
I'm here, yeah.
I'm valid.
Exactly.
That's a cosign.
G-check my
That's a
Prince.
Yeah.
That's a cosign right there. That's it.
I'm here. But
You think when Prince saw them skits, you think he was laughing his ass off?
Yeah, he was dying.
Oh,
he
man.
was dying. Come on, because who would have thought him, a small-ass dude, could be Charlie Murphy, a tall-ass dude in basketball, man.
They said that Prince was really nice in ball.
Oh, no,
believe
dude
it.
was
I
no
believe that
nasty.
shit.
He was that dude. Like,
No,
it wasn't a joke. It was for real.
He was
I
being
really
scouted.
believe that
Yeah, he
shit.
was being scouted by the by colleges, and he just wanted to do music instead.
Man,
He was really being scouted. He could have
Man,
been
man.
Division I.
man, oh man.
That's wild.
All right. So what else to talk about on that verses,
I'm
man?
just gonna get back to that verse, man. Yo,
Shit.
my man over here, I'm not gonna say no names, and this over here was being very biased. Intense was being unbiased. I was just there for the celebration of music. Okay, I did not have it as it was. It was 16 to 4.
No,
and
listen,
5,
Listen, I'm going
or
by that
12,
Tony Baker score.
11 and 9.
Listen,
or, you know,
it was a close battle.
7 and 20. Listen, I had it. I didn't care. For
Listen.
me, that was a tie all around. You couldn't tell me nothing from beginning to end. Tie.
Listen.
You know what it is, though? He's right. He's
Listen.
right.
I'll give you.
I'm not even talking about the culture.
I'll give you guys the political answer.
What?
Everybody won today.
Facts.
Okay.
Somebody.
My answer is.
Somebody over here.
I was rocking with the Ozzy brothers. What can I say? Ron Ozzy's a cold dude. Okay.
Mr. Big, man.
You know,
Absolutely.
anytime the other side. I ain't gonna do that to them. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh!
I ain't gonna do that. I'm kidding. Just jokes.
Listen,
just jokes.
listen.
Just jokes.
I'm
Just
gonna
jokes.
say so much. You saw my reaction when She's an Easy Lover came on. I lost my shit.
Just jokes.
I completely lost my shit. Like,
Listen,
Whatever.
anytime Earth, Wind, and Fire came up with the epic, triumphant, up-tempo records, Ron Ozzy had to, serenade,
Did you watch
finesse.
from the
hit
beginning?
him with that
Slow
penny
it
dropper
down.
music, man.
Did you watch from the beginning or no?
I missed probably maybe a little bit of the beginning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
did you watch from the beginning?
I watched a little bit from the beginning.
Okay, so I watched from the beginning, and the way how it was weird, because I think it was Ozzy Brothers first,
Yeah.
and then they did a flip where Earth, Wind, and Fire, will go first, whatever. So the way I think it was reversed. It was weird, but long story short, Earth, Wind, and Fire came out with September, and Do You Remember early, and no,
No,
So,
September was the last song.
what?
September was their last song.
Yeah, no, what was it again?
Let's Groove Tonight.
One of the songs came out early from Earth, Wind, and Fire. And then Ozzy Brothers came out with Heat. Earth, Wind, and Fire was playing love songs. And then it flipped. Like midway. And I was like, what the hell's going on?
what
But
are
then
you
some
doing?
people were like, you're holding back. This is a verse. But I'm like, bro, for me, I have to say, these old folks don't give a damn what y'all think. They here Did you have a conversation? Did you look up the playlist right now?
No, I was thinking. What I was thinking is, I was thinking about what would be another great epic battle.
Oh, all right.
Already said from the jump, let's do another reggae one if possible.
And
But the way I was structured,
Yeah.
I didn't give a damn because I knew it was gonna be for a show, regardless. There was no winners, there was no losers.
No, everybody was a winner.
Everyone was a winner,
Especially the fans mainly. Yeah.
Because I just sat back and said, I'm not even taking score.
Steve Harvey.
This to me was almost like Gladys Knight and then Patti LaBelle.
Oh yeah, everybody was winner. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Steve Harvey, he was there.
Oh my God, he had me dying. I'm sorry. They needed Steve Harvey in the middle. I
That dude
know
had me
some people say they
dying.
want Steve Harvey, but I was like, you know what? I think to have him there to kind of narrate things
And geek the hell out.
Geek the hell out of it.
I loved it.
And to be
It was
as a
amazing.
fanboy.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was.
Dude was
Basically,
straight
It was a
fanboy
fanboy hard.
it had to be him. It
Yeah.
could not be
No,
anybody
it
else.
couldn't be anybody else. I'm
Had to
sorry.
be
It had to be him.
Nobody could beat Steve Harvey in that reaction.
No.
Dude was throwing tables and chairs. Dude was spilling Ciroc. I know Diddy's pissed somewhere. He'll be
That Ron is
tight.
probably upset.
Like,
yo, Pop was like, yo, Steve, don't waste
Yo,
my
yo,
Ciroc.
Waste my Ciroc,
You
man.
spilled my Ciroc, son.
Don't put that out. Don't
Hey,
put
yo.
that shit out in the universe like
No.
this.
We don't pour that for our homes. We
Oh,
drink
man,
those.
yo, we
That's a
drink
$50
that.
bottle,
We
son.
drink that,
Yo.
I haven't had that flavor yet, by the way.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
tax
try it.
write-off. You got to drink that, play. Drink that, Playboy.
Can't waste the funds.
Nah, man, can't waste the liquor, man. We don't waste the liquor out here. Man.
Nah, we don't. That's a violation right there.
Except if it's hitting the concrete, and we got to,
Pay respect to the
pay
homies.
respect to the homies.
All right.
Which
Say so.
which happened.
You know.
Which
Yeah,
happened.
They did.
Okay. All right.
I was still laughing my ass. I'm like, dude, Steve, you're doing too much.
I didn't care, bro.
I loved it. I was all for it,
honestly
though.
didn't care. Because that's like, for me, if I was in a verse battle and I had to go, if there was like DJ Jazzy Jeff, which I see perform live, and D Nice,
Dude, I'll geek the fuck out.
I'll be the DJ who's geeked the hell out. I'm like, listen, I watched you both. I idolize you both. As a fanboy, I might talk my shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You brought me here to host. I'm gonna be a host.
Yep.
But that's what he was. He basically was a host. If you think about it, he was there to host the show.
Yeah, you're right.
So he was doing this job.
Yeah.
Some people think he went overboard. I think he was right on point. I didn't care.
Honestly, I loved it because it was
Yeah.
a little cartoonish, but I loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what? It's Steve Harvey. Like, I'll act the same way. If I like someone like NERD with the Gorillas going head to head, I will lose my shit. Dude, I will lose my shit. Like, I will throw records. I will throw things through walls. I will Hulk the hell
Listen,
out.
you saw me throw around things up in here in my crib.
Could you
Hey, when I
imagine?
heard that Phil Collins and Philip Bailey record,
Yo, we lost our shit.
I looked at Walt. I said, Walt,
Run.
Oh, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These
I was
things
like,
are
yeah. Because Walt thought there was going to be cleanup time
Oh, man.
between the seats.
like, what
I
are you
I told you, I knew what happened.
Listen, man.
Like I told my man Walt, sometimes you gotta take a shot to the face to be like, okay, I got something for you to eat later.
Listen, man.
This was a boxing match.
Listen, man. When that Between the Sheets came on,
Oh,
I
my
know
God.
these. I know the incense was in the air. You know that,
Someone
you
burning
know,
shade.
that-
Candles being burned.
Facts, you know that vanilla, candlelit
Yeah.
smell was coming
Vanilla
out.
bean candle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
auntie
Oh
came
my
out of
God,
her room
real
with
talk.
a nightie on. Was like, I'm
Yeah,
going
see-through.
down to the concert.
Yo,
See through
facts.
90.
What? Where you going,
Sure.
auntie? But yo, man, shout
A
out to Ron Ozzy,
a
though.
lot of girls Google searching Ron Ozzy. I'm sure
Yeah.
James is flooding right now.
His DMs is popping.
What's today's
Yeah.
date? Today's the
the
4th. I'm telling you right now, January. Don't be surprised. A crap load of babies will be born to this world.
By the way, Instagram, social media world. Listen, I'm DJ Intense. I do baby showers. So you want to hire me for your baby shower in around, say August?
Yeah.
that's about right.
Gender review parties. I'm there for that. Baby showers, I'll be there for that too. Because, hey,
Book early.
book early. Because I know that someone's going to get pregnant tonight.
Dude, so we'll get that Tracy Morgan
You know what I'm
tonight.
saying? Someone's gonna get pregnant tonight, and I'm here to be hired. I really am. I'm not playing around. I really am.
Yeah, you could definitely play some Ron Ozzy. I'm just saying.
And
you know?
I will refresh the memory for you of the night that your child was conceived because of Ron Isley.
Real talk.
And no problem for it.
Shoot.
Listen, a lot of us wouldn't even be here was it for Ron Isley.
Hey, talk about it.
Facts.
But I seen a lot of my parents, like back in the day, my parents had records. I seen a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley Brother records. So, yep, that's why I'm here. That's how I was conceived.
You know what's crazy? When something that he said, that was like, wow. He said he had $5, went to the record store, bought that album that Earth, Wind, and Fire had did,
Yeah.
for $3.98, right?
Yep.
Paid tax, came $4.11. The rest of the change he had, I know that you're on. The rest of the change he had, he got a Coke and a burger, and that was all for $5.
Nice.
You cannot do that nowadays. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
a record alone, a CD alone,
A record alone CD's like what?
15.
$9.99?
like $15.
$15?
Yeah, dude, I bought the last Benny the Butcher album, cost me $15.
Woo.
And the burger is another $5.
$5.
And
That's
the
when he
Coke
gets
was
a dollar
like
million.
Not at Shake Shack.
Listen, we don't have ass because the burgers here, man. $5 on Shake Shack or nothing.
Oh man.
Shake Shack, boy, that's expensive fast burgers. I can't.
Because
afford it.
these are
It's good.
quality burgers.
Yo,
That's why.
pinkies out, man. I'm fancy.
Nah, but I feel you guys. What you guys say, it sounds like fantasy to us, but there was really a time where you get the most out of $5.
Yeah.
There was a time
Exactly.
where you get the most out of freaking what, like dimes and nickels.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that he took the album to the girl's house to listen to, and they played it twice. And mind you, you could have skipped an album back
Oh,
then.
nah.
Once you push play on an album, you have to wait. That's why I like
Yep.
one of my favorite comedians, Louis Black, and he says you fuckers are spoiled as shit.
Facts.
Because growing up, when I had to listen to an album, there was no fucking skip button.
Nope.
So the fact that I can push a skip button on an iPod or a Zoom player or whatever is a fucking miracle.
Yep.
Because we had to fast forward back then. And if you fast forward out of pocket, you might have messed up the tape.
Or the record
Or you
itself.
might scratch the vinyl. So you had to sit there and let the vinyl play out.
You know, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So what if we're spoiled? Okay, it's nice to skip the button on some bullshit. All right, okay.
Hey, you sound like one of those Gen Z motherfuckers right now. Don't be doing that.
Listen,
Don't
man.
be doing that. Don't be that one. Don't be that one.
Listen, there are artists I hold in high regard. I hit the skip button on, like like jigging that nigga on the blueprint. That's a skip for me.
Oh yeah, that definitely a skip.
See,
I ain't gonna lie,
You
that's
know?
a skip.
And you one of the best to ever do it.
All I need and all Ovito gets a Play-Doh.
That's a skip, you know? And
But, yeah, that's like a
you
skip.
know how I feel about Drake's Pain 1993? I've been hitting the skip button on Playboy Cardi. Sorry. That song's a cold song, but by the time Playboy up, nope, let's get back to the hook. That's
And then
No, it's your opinion.
yeah. Whatever. But another thing that was pretty crazy. He talked about in the specials that he bought a ticket for one of their concerts. It was $14.
Shit.
$14
Today
for a balcony seat.
That's amazing.
You know what a balcony seat costs? Like what?
500?
90?
listen, a bar.
Like the Barclays, like the up to the nosebleeds, like $90.
Listen, general admission and a bargain to me is like between $60 to $70.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So he spent $14, and then the I guess the floor seat was like $45.
Yep.
He would start upstairs the balcony, room his way downstairs, get into the general,
Yeah.
get down there, and you can't do that nowadays.
Nope.
Because by the time you get from the top, they want a skinny ticket.
Yep.
Then by the time you get from the top to the the floor level,
Hey,
you got a
where
skinny ticket.
you
Where
going?
you going? Let me see your ticket. Let me see your ticket. And if you by chance you get by that,
Yep.
there's always people walking around the aisles.
Yeah, like,
so
what
what
you got seat
happens?
for? What
Hey,
you here?
you weren't here that seat earlier. Who are you? Let me see your
Exactly.
ticket. Oh my God, it's annoying.
Now listen, man,
hassle.
I'm here, man. I'm valid. What you mean? Don't worry about where
What are
I'm
you gonna do about it?
Just like, but whatever. But still,
Oh man.
the fact that he was being a fanboy and geeked up, and that another thing, he had the clothes. He was poor. He had his family make his clothes for him to go to these events.
Yep.
Self-sufficiency, being creative on limited
Resources,
Yeah,
man.
it's
man.
real talk, man.
And then you see him now, dude was flexing in something that you would think came out of a 70s blaxploitation film. That suit was cold-blooded,
Man,
nice.
Shoot.
Whew.
Freaking Ron
That
Isley's
blue-
outfit was freaking out of this world, boy.
And the mink coat
With
he
the
had?
mink coat,
Jesus.
and his head was on fleek, boy. And then we took off that hair, had the shades on, started singing. I said,
Hey, he still had those waves. He still had those waves in his hair still at 79 years
still
old.
got it.
Smooth, man.
Smooth.
Smooth, man.
Woo.
That's another thing
I can't
too.
call him Ronnie anymore. I call him Mr. Big.
Yeah.
Period.
Shoot.
That's
I was shocked when he pulled out Contagious. I didn't think he was going to do it.
Dude, my
man.
jaw dropped. Like, yo, Kel's over
Oh,
like,
man, yo.
And R. Kelly's in
Pissed.
the jail cell going nuts.
I sent them
killing this
I
shit,
sent
man.
them eye emojis so quick in the
yeah.
thing, man.
We saw that in the comments. Yo,
I was like,
hilarious.
man, but I remember speaking to a friend of mine that I met through my guy Louis P. Shout out to Louis P. Kenya. She has a show called Keeping It Up with Kenny on YouTube, which
Shout
I
out
highly advise all you to check
Don't worry, we're
out.
gonna
She's
cross
dope.
platform with you guys soon, so don't worry about that.
But I think she brought up the questions like, what if Ron Ozzy plays So Contagious? And I was like, if he's a savage, I think he is. He gonna play that record. Fuck, he gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna play that shit.
Yeah, who's gonna stop
And
me?
that's exactly what happened.
Isley.
Shout out to Ron Ozzy.
I didn't know that in the Fight the Power they dropped the bullshit verse in there.
Me either.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
I was shocked.
Bro, like, they've been conscious about everything they do. Like, there's not a lyric that is out of place that's not thought about. Like,
And that's during the Black Panther era, right?
Yeah.
facts.
They actually use that as their theme music.
Yeah.
I feel like, I guess one of the acts that I hold in high regard that were very conscious about their music, and also was a bit forward thinking in some of the things that they was dealing with, because a lot of shit was real shit. Outkast.
Oh, without
Yeah.
question.
I think Outkast was like one of those groups dropping a lot of conscious shit. Like when you think about a song like Sorry Miss Jackson, like, that's real shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a hit record, but he's going through real shit. Like, both their perspectives are very unique and respected, but like, to be in like the height of your career and to still be talking about real shit among a time where everybody's being superficial and all this other stuff like that, them guys just stay true to themselves. Like,
Or the art of storytelling.
Yeah.
wow.
One of my favorite Outkast track of all time.
Oh,
But the remix with
God.
Slick Rick.
Oh man,
Jesus.
beast,
Whew.
beast.
Love that track. You know what it is? It's really, those shit really actually happened. That woman, Sasha Thumper, who OD'd behind the school, is like, yo, that shit was crazy, man. Like you didn't think you would hear something like this in a hip hop track, but like, yo.
That's what I always love. Like, records that could sound so happy, but when you pay attention, it ain't happy. Like, Hey Ya ain't a happy record.
No.
It's great. It's great composition wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's real. That's real. Like, it's just to mask the sadness. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's sort of like a mind fuck a bit. Like, you think like, oh, this is some catchy, nice up tempo. No,
beat, yeah.
we're talking about real shit. Like, real sad, grown shit.
Yep.
You know who does that often? There's two rappers out there. They're from Jersey. One is Mir Fontaine. He's from Camden. Very deep artist. But you wouldn't even think about the stuff he puts out. Like, it's a trap effect.
Yeah.
But when you actually listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, wow. And Crush Calhoun,
Yeah.
another guy. How was his live stream concert, by the way? I know we're going off top of the verse, but
From what I saw, because I caught a little late because some of the technical difficulties. From what I saw, I thought he did really good. I really like his personality. I think that will bring him a long way, and I think he'll get better with time, to be honest with you, for the most part. But like, you're right, like, cause the thing is, like, dudes want to talk about real shit. Sometimes when the sound and the realness match the songs, sometimes it may be too heavy for some people. That's not to say it don't work, but other times it may work in a way where like it could be as like turned as possible, and that person just really getting a lot of shit off and stuff like that. And that's when you reflect on it, or when that person probably breaks down what is he talking about. Everybody be like, oh shit,
some real shit.
like Kendrick swimming pools. Perfect
Yeah.
example
Oh
of that.
yeah, exactly.
That's just
Perfect example.
it just is what it is sometimes, Sometimes you may think the track is doing this, but then you realize, some shit else happens in that very same track, what you thought you would do with this track, you got to address this situation and that, and all of a sudden everybody's just like, wow, that's just incredible.
Yeah. What did you rate this versus as far as like 1 being and 10 being the best?
Those type of verses to me, it's like it's like, I'd say it's like 9.5, 10 to be honest with you, because my thing is like, what I like about these verses is you hear great stories and lots of life to incredible music. That's one of the things I liked about the Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle story.
Yes,
it's like,
yes.
It was a celebration, but they were like great. There was like conversation. It was as if we was just like, and not disrespectful, like we was just flies in the wall, just happened to be being blessed with a great conversation, and they didn't treat it like they was trying to be all extra and stuff like
No.
that.
Nah, just being chill ass people.
Just chill people, and it's happen. If like you just said, it was two friends that probably haven't spoken in a while. Like really, like I've seen, like I'm hanging out with you.
Yeah.
and they're just having a conversation, and just having music playing in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I loved their verses.
That one, especially I like the one with I like that as well. But it's just I love that in Beanie Man and Bounty Killer one.
Yeah,
it was going back and forth with the banter. They're joking, bullshitting with each other. It's just out of respect, though. It was all about the music and dude. It was like a bashment in terms.
Incredible.
I was shocked when they actually had Beanie Man and Bounty Killer
together
in the verse, because people don't realize the beef that they had back then. People were dying because of their beef.
Yep.
Damn.
It got to the point where I think Beanie Man married Bounty Killer's girlfriend that became his ex-wife.
Yep.
Angel Duelist, I think, is a good name. So it got really personal. And the fact that it had them on the verses together, I was like, whoa.
It was a miracle in itself.
Yeah, and then followed up with Jeezy and Gucci Man.
Over 1 million views, and people thought something's going to happen.
Bruh.
I think
people don't realize how deep that beef was at one point.
Like
I didn't even know it was that deep, to be honest. That whole thing was new to me.
Well, I don't think he was in that era at that time, because that was 03.
Yeah,
I mean,
2000, 2000,
really early odds. Yeah.
Shit. So you really wasn't really paying attention to what they were doing.
Not like that. Outside of like seeing early stuff outside of seeing early stuff of like Outkast and stuff like that when I was even much younger than that, it didn't really. A lot of these artists I had appreciation for down the line when I started getting my own albums, started listening track for track, be like, okay, I get why everybody rates so and so, because then I started to rate so and so. So it's just like, I did not know that beef ran that deep.
That beef could
super deep.
When did you watch it?
The verses?
Yeah, with Gucci and Jeezy.
I saw clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing.
All right. So remember when Gucci Man did this song,
this track, right?
This track, yeah. Woo. That was a real story. Because what happened was, apparently, Jeezy put a hit out on Gucci Mane's chain. And they were going to execute that hit. And it was by any means. Yep. So when the dude walked up in the dude's house, Gucci Mane actually killed one of his partners. So that was actually real.
And that was self-defense.
And went to trial for that thing as well.
But I think he beat the case.
He beat the case.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, stand your ground. So
those laws are different, especially in the South.
Yeah.
But like I said before, when you say like he went to go run Gucci Mane's chain by any means necessary, you
think I'm gonna get killed?
If that is how it played out, I'm not mad at Gucci doing that song, because it's like you gotta let him know I'm still here.
Yeah.
And you try to do some foul shit to me, and I don't know how that could have went.
Yeah, it could have went way to the left.
Yeah, exactly. He could have not been there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And the thing is though, Jeezy didn't know that the kid, the guy that went for it, was gonna do the hit.
Yeah.
He just put it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad the beef got between the two of them at one point.
Yeah. But
that was a dope versus too. Jeezy Man and
you know what? I must commend Jeezy, because you know what it is? He effed up in that situation.
Yes.
And you know what? I owned it. I'm sorry. I want to move forward. You know what I mean? It's about the music. It's about the fans.
Yeah.
And you got to applaud him, because you know what it is? You can't be in the streets forever.
No.
He's been there 40 years old. In 2 years, and I think this year he'll be 40 years old.
You know he got married recently.
Yeah. I don't think like what you said, piggybacking on what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't think all the things that Jeezy was doing leading up to the verses, what happened during the verses, mattered to him.
Yeah.
He realized, like, yo, I put a situation in motion where someone died.
Exactly.
That I fucked with. That's deeper than anything Gucci Mane could say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, it piggyback off the fact that people were actually getting killed during that time. A lot of artists were killed, and they try to say, you know what, we gotta be the bigger individuals. We gotta kill this shit because people are actually dying.
Yeah,
we gotta be the example of these younger generation, because we can't have these people getting killed over dumb shit and take away, hurting all these families and ending careers way too early.
It was crazy.
I mean, like, how many people died like last year alone? Like, hip hop artists, it was like one of the highest years. Like, it was ridiculous.
From the King Vaughns to Pop Smokes to the Mo 3s. Mo 3s, that was the one that hurt the most.
That was sad.
Because he got ran up on in the highway.
Yeah.
And he was running for his
life.
Man.
Yeah, and no one really, paid
Help
attention to what was going on with that one.
Yep.
And then they had it on, the people actually had it on camera of, like, his body laying on the
Yep.
freaking highway.
That was uncalled
Bro,
for.
That was
so.
just sad.
Bro,
I don't think
dude-
people really knew
Yeah.
it's shock value, but they didn't know that
Who
was
that
him.
person was, yeah.
Dude was moving like the Terminator to get him, like to complete
Yeah.
the mission type.
They
shit.
didn't
Yeah.
care. They wanted to get this guy.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part about the perpetuating this type of energy, especially when you know about it. There are people who are on this apocalyptic energy, I like to call it, that do not care and will throw their lives away to end you.
Yep.
But I don't know if you ever heard Mo 3's music. He rapped about pain.
Yeah.
He's like Rod Wave. You ever heard Rod Wave music before?
Yeah.
Rod Wave's incredible talent.
Yeah, especially his new album he just dropped out too.
Gotta check that
But
out.
he's like, that's how he was. His style was like. So he was really talking about like street pain, like losing
Yeah.
partners, going through it out there,
Yeah.
struggle. So the fact that he got murked by the streets did not help. And then
He was turning his life around. He
Yeah.
bought mom a brand new house,
Yeah.
and for him to die a week later, it hurts because we always want to get away from the hood, want to get away from the streets, and help put our mom in a better position, in a better tax bracket, whatever, and just live life good. Like the idea of being an artist is to get off the streets and
man.
live a better life, and then put other people on in order to get out of that situation. But unfortunately, there are going to be people who are not who will see this as a threat to and see it as a like even. As crazy as it sounds, disrespectful. Because like, yo, the streets is like on some funny shit nowadays.
Yeah, because it's either past discretions, you out here changing yourself, and then you really change it, and they see it, and they think, okay, his change, his success means my failure. I'm still on that type of shit.
Yeah.
Or so and so dude is out the hood, but he's perpetuating a different energy that he's like pretty much like not used to anymore.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's a factor of things. My whole thing is it's just like you get to a certain point where you need to move smart. You need to know you can't be out and about on all these clubs and stuff like that. You need to know you can't be chilling in your hood like that. Like that. You are unfortunately, I hate to say it, you are a target now.
yeah, man.
You're no longer one of those dudes who happen to me who go back and dap up the homies, and every dap up is genuine. No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Like, prime example, I hate to bring it up again because it's been 2 years now. Nipsey Hussle. Dude was loved around the streets, but at the same time, it's always that one person who's envy and jealous of who you are. And, that's all it took, that one person. And here we are, 2 years removed. Pop Smoke accidentally put his address of his rental home in California in a nice, predominantly white neighborhood, mind you, protected by the police and all that stuff, and somehow he still got hit by a bunch of robbers and get killed.
I think it was the Hoovers.
Yeah.
Around that same time frame, that almost happened to Young Berg.
Oh, Hitmaker?
It almost happened when I think he was in a situation.
Yeah,
where,
there was a chick that went to his house that he was smashing out, something like that.
acting
And
funny.
she tried to pull some goons on him.
Wow.
And he put hands on her. I would have did the same thing too.
Yeah, I mean,
He
he
tried to get me killed.
luckily had that camera. That I think
Yeah.
that ring type
Yeah,
camera
it
he
helped
had.
him. Yeah.
She was I heard the story. That she was trying to go to the jacuzzi at like 4 a.m. in the morning and stuff like that. I'm just like,
that's a setup.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'd have been like, go home. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
like, he's just trying to go to sleep. Like,
I done waxed you off. Get out of here.
it's all like,
But yeah, it's crazy. But this verse was epic. I loved it.
The energy was amazing.
I'm not calling no winner, no losers.
listen, there are no losers. Like, I'm serious.
This guy over here might be cool.
There
I'm
are
not-
Ignore the Tony Baker score.
there are no losers at
Yeah.
all. Like,
Now, I don't know. Not somebody.
I appreciated both bands.
You really did
Okay,
Yeah.
their music is transcended.
He was over here throwing
plenty of
shade.
generations. No, I wasn't throwing shade. I just got a
Listen,
preference.
he
man.
was-
I fuck with the Isleys.
He was
That's
saying Mr.
it
Biggs
is
all
what it
day.
is. You know.
Nobody can touch him.
Listen.
And also you guys gotta also follow Ernie Isley's daughter, Alex Isley. She's super dope,
Oh, okay.
really dope,
We'll be following tonight.
and she has a lot of great music and stuff like that. There's a lot of slept on artists who make great music, and I'm gonna play some stuff.
Dude, if she plays as nasty as her father does, shit.
The
Yeah,
fact that her daddy put out that guitar
Yeah.
and was killing it.
It went reverse on the people.
Reverse on people.
Yeah.
See, you lucky
Whew.
that the bass player from Earth, Wind & Fire.
Listen,
didn't
you
pull his
stay
out.
ready. You ain't
Exactly.
got to get ready.
Listen,
I keep
I'm
telling
sure-
you that.
Here we
I
go.
keep telling
Here
you
we
that.
He didn't know that they wanted to.
Listen, Ernie was ready out here. You got to be
Listen,
ready.
That bass player would have put that on, it would been over.
You got to be ready, man.
Let's screw. Boom.
Yes.
Boom,
See,
boom,
his hair
boom,
bouncing left and right.
boom, boom. He turned the background singer, but don't put
Listen,
that
man.
bass
Listen,
out there.
man.
Start slapping that thing.
He'll be heavy. He'll be sweat.
Listen, he
dip
should
and everything. Yo,
he should have called my guy Thundercat. Thundercat would have pulled up. Would have been the first thing smoking.
facts.
You know, shit, he would just gave you the bass. You know, don't even let that man get started with the vocals.
Oh, no,
He
no,
just
no.
gave you the bass.
I think it was a huge stand for like Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh my god.
Huge stand.
Oh, for sure.
So he was there. He was ready to get going. But
Oh my
I
god.
loved it. I loved it. And it just pains me that Maurice White couldn't be there.
Yeah, that hit me hard.
He also sampled "Footsteps in the Dark" Thundercat for his song.
Yes, he did.
What's that damn song? It's one of my favorite songs.
For an album.
It was on shoot. I gotta
Not
find
this
it.
one. Not the new one. Right?
Not the. Actually, it might have been on the new one. No. It was on the other one.
The one with the cover art with him in the water.
But it was an early release. The video was very like Japanese inspired because he's into like
Anime.
anime and
Oh, he's a
stuff like
huge anime
that.
head as well. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big
Definitely.
anime head.
Definitely.
What's the name of that song?
If you,
Hey, if you got a chance to, please listen to Thundercat. He is amazing.
mm-hmm.
I
Thanks.
was taking an album with
Same
song we did with freaking
Them Changes.
Kenny.
It's called Them Changes.
Yeah, the one we used on that Chris Rock album.
Yes.
Chris Rock comedy special on Netflix. I love that song.
Yep. He sampled.
Dude, I
he
love that
sampled the drum portion at the very beginning of
Yo.
Footsteps in the Dark.
Really?
But where he takes it is just cold, man.
Dude, when his heart pulled out. Oh yeah, I remember that song. That song is amazing.
Man.
Like the beat, like it's so nice, it's so cheerful, but then you listen to the lyrics, like, oh damn, this guy getting his heart dumped out by his
Facts.
ex-girlfriend, like getting destroyed.
That's all.
That's what I said.
It's rough.
Like I put it like
really
this.
rough.
It could have easily been a song that Ron Ozzy could have done today as a young artist.
Yep.
Oh,
That's how good it is.
Yes.
and Ron Ozzy out there was doing the thing, doing the whole verse.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
man. I'm telling you, the DM's gonna be flooded with emojis he's trying to
Yeah,
decipher.
pennies all day, man.
Yeah.
My man walk
Pennies
over
and
there.
the drip song next
My
to it.
walk over,
Oh,
my man
man.
walk over, had me down. He said, "Yo, Ron Ozzy gonna look at his DMs and trying to figure what this wet signs mean,
Facts.
Hey,
what his
Ernie.
rookies mean." Hey,
Ernie.
hey, Ernie, what's this?
Is
right
that
here?
is that an eggplant?
I think that's a drip.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
that's
is
a
that?
drip.
Where's there peaches and drips in my DMs?
She keeps
Why,
sending me.
why is this eggplant here?
She sent me faces of cats. Like,
What does that mean?
yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh
figure
my
this out. I
god.
need help.
Hey, yo, get your daughter here. Like,
Facts.
Help me out trying to transfer all this stuff.
Yeah.
What's a DM?
Facts.
Why is there
Like,
videos in my inbox?
who keep hitting me up?
She talking about she got an OnlyFans.
What's that?
Like,
She's a
word?
private OnlyFans. What's that mean? I don't understand what this means.
Oh man, nah. Ron
Swipe
had to
left, swipe right. What? What you talking about? I don't get it.
Swipe right.
Like, I just
Double
want,
tap.
Double tap?
Double tap.
these kids with the technology.
Technology. But he was
Yeah, man.
for dude 79. I
It's
wish
so
I,
bopping like that.
I
Yo.
wish I can age graceful like that.
Listen,
You know what
man.
it is? Keep doing the stuff you love, and you will.
That's a
Straight
fact.
up and down.
That's a fact.
And shout out to Philip. Philip was out there.
Dude was like in the
I know I
60s
keep
too.
saying it too, but like Philip
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey, trying to hold the whole spirit of Maurice White and himself within his body,
Yeah.
trying his hardest.
And he held his own. Like,
Yeah.
That was going to replace Maurice, though.
No,
Like,
because he was a glue to that squad.
like, he was the heart of that group.
very much.
Listen, there's just certain forces of nature that's irreplaceable, especially in bands and stuff like that. We
Yes,
see
you're
it.
right.
Yeah.
We, like I always say with Chester from Linkin Park, you're not gonna replace that.
No, you're
Like,
not.
even with freaking the guy, Adam Lambert, running Queen, you're not going to beat Freddie Mercury.
You just
No.
not.
It's not going to happen.
It's just
You just can't.
you just not. It's like or the drummer from Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
No, no.
The guy lost his arm, right?
No,
That's Leffert. That's Leffert. My bad.
John Bonham. Yeah, you're not gonna replace that
No.
level of drumming and musicianship. You just
Was
not.
Kurt Cobain part of a band too?
Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nirvana. Can't pitch Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And that's why the group went to do their own things and they did Food Fighters and what else?
Foo Fighters another one. You can't. You know. I mean, like
Dave Grohl, you can't replace him.
you can't do that. You just can't. There's certain bands where like I've seen certain bands where like the lineups change, but the music is still really good. Like
Yeah.
one example, Paramore. Paramore, they've had their changes, but the music is still really good in my
Yep.
opinion. But then there are bands that when you missing something, you just like, this ain't right, and you could know why it's not right.
Prime example, Guns N' Roses.
Oh,
Once Slash and other people left, it was a wrap. Even with Buckethead, and Buckethead was one of the amazing guitarists.
not the same.
Not the same.
It's like in basketball. Like you always got a core squad. Could you imagine if my Spurs didn't have Manu Ginobili for the run?
True.
It looked crazy.
Look crazy.
Yeah.
Well, even I want to come up the current ASAP Yams with the ASAP crew.
Dude, I think honestly, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but as soon as he passed away, it just he lost
They lost
all
Yeah.
terms of like structure.
At the same
Yeah.
time. I really hope they do a really great thorough documentary on the ASAP Mob, because like from what I've heard about ASAP Yams, he was very pivotal in a lot of
yeah, he
situations.
was.
They said he was the Yoda of the squad.
Man.
He was a guy
Yo.
that was very influential, and sad to say what happened to him.
Their whole strategy was planned out like years in advance, and it was done to like scientific perfection.
And Yams was the guy behind it.
Yep.
But this lady that I met, I think she's a nurse at a hospital when at my job when I was helping her fix her phone. She's been there a couple occasions, but I think she's friends with ASAP Yams' mom, and every year they always do a show
Yeah,
in
festival,
honor
yeah.
of ASAP Yams and stuff like that. But she always say like, whether it's Rocky, whether it's ASAP Ferg, they're still grounded and humble.
Yeah.
Where they where they still greet them with respect and and stuff like that, and that respective level of like a pedestal where where you could still look up and it's as if you saw your dad or mom's friend that has known you since you was a little kid, and whenever you see them, no matter how old you are, there's still a level of respect. I always feel like anytime you no longer do that, you're too far gone.
No, you're right. But as Fred, you said it because I know a lot of young crews, especially nowadays. Depending how tight they are, they respect the elders.
Yeah.
So
And honestly, I like Ferg. Ferg pretty much took the ball and kept running with it, and dude's killing it right now. And Rocky's doing his own thing, dating Rihanna, all that stuff.
into the fashion and et cetera, et
and
cetera.
I respect it. Like a lot of people, ASAP 12, he's doing his own thing.
Yo, he was the one that was 12V. Was it ASAP Nash?
Yeah,
He was nice too.
yeah.
I like 12V and Nash. They can spit.
Like ASAP Mob was a hell of a group.
Hell of a group. It just seems that once Yams died,
They lost that focus and structure, I guess, a little bit. Like Ferg and Rocky are still the two guys who are like pretty much keeping that group relevant.
very much so.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first discovered ASAP Rocky and stuff like that, and I listened to the music, and then I found out where he was from, and I was just like, wow.
It makes sense.
It does, based on his influences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was just like, okay, hip hop is not as regional as it used to be because of the internet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that, a lot of the music was like original shit or styles that I haven't heard before, or influences that have became something else or expanded upon. Because my thing is his music, especially his production, is just interesting as fuck, man. Cold as fuck, bro.
Hey,
Fun fact. Remember during the beat battle, there was a judge named Crystal Caines.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, she actually helped with ASAP Ferg on work.
Nice.
Wow.
Recorded that.
That's fire.
I'm gonna get her on the pod.
But you know what it is? Like with ASAP Rocky,
Definitely
his
do that, man.
influence was Rakim. And you could tell by his style, like his flow, that he was truly a Rakim fan.
Yeah, very much.
His mother named him after Rakim.
Exactly.
That's the story goes. So it was just but even now, I mean, some of the groups that he sampled, like a la Tame Impala, who we've talked about a few times now, it's just very interesting and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a fashionista. He's been that way from the jump.
For the longest, dude was like Rakim Ralph Simmons as a street dude.
But the music though is just interesting as fuck to me. Even if I didn't have his vocals on, I could just listen to an album straight through and just be like, shit, it's just different, but it's dope.
By Clam's Casino, that's a hell of a
yes, Clam's Casino is another one. He got mixtapes of some of the shit that he produced where it's just instrumentals that I found up off thatpiff.com.
Shout out that Piff.
Shout out to thatpiff.com, man. Ooh, so many gems I found off of that website.
The purveyor of dope ass music.
Facts.
Very much so. Well, this is our emergency pod. We just talked about music and the first battle between the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind & Fire. I loved it. It was a celebration of life. And please just give those guys their roses, man. Please.
While they're still here.
While they're still here.
Because
could
unfortunately,
smell
Maurice
them,
and Jasper are
embrace
not
them.
here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think, honestly, I liked it because it was a celebration of music.
Yeah,
That's
it very
what
much was.
Holly screwed the score, did 25 tracks each, and it's like, it was amazing.
Yeah, they said, F this. We're going to do it our way.
Exactly. They screwed
I loved
the competition. It's for the love of music.
It's not about competition. It's just us having a good time together.
And we had a good time. 4 hours
Indeed.
worth for free.
For free. And it wasn't like 4 hours worth where there was some low points. No, it was all go time.
High points.
All
high
going.
points.
Seriously.
It was like watching somebody prepare food from beginning to end and enjoying the smells.
Exactly.
That's
And
true.
then when you get the final, it's just like, wow.
Different.
And then you get the dessert on top of
Exactly.
that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's different experiences, man.
Yeah,
Very
I
different.
feel sorry for the poor bastards who are next in the versus battle at the top of this.
Yo, I know Swiss and Timbaland said there's going to be a repeat. I want to see Teddy Riley versus Babyface. I felt that was incomplete.
Yeah.
Not me.
Nah, bro.
Not
I
me.
felt incomplete,
Yeah, 2
bro.
tries. The third try should be the charm.
The third try should be a charm. I hope if they can do it between the two of them again, I'll be there for it.
Yeah, I'll be down. I'll watch it.
Because they said they're going to do a repeat of one of them.
Yeah. Listen, if the repeat happens, I'm still going to watch it. Shit, it don't matter to me.
Like I said, I want to
You
see
know?
another producer battle. And like I said, I want to see Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis versus the Force MDs.
Okay.
No, not Force MDs. Full Force.
Full Force.
That's what I meant.
I don't know if they got 20 tracks, but I'd like to see some of these soulful
Production battle. Like,
some of these soulful
tracks.
white boys like a Robin Thicke, John B type situation.
John B doesn't get cleaned up by Robin Thicke. Why you put that in the air?
Nah, don't be sleep on John B, man. What's wrong
You
with
think
you,
John
man?
B got 20 tracks to compete with Robin Thicke?
Do you think Robin Thicke got 20 tracks?
Exactly.
Neither have neither, so why would you put them there together?
I'm just saying.
All right, then.
I'm
you
just
know
saying.
what?
There might be some album cuts that could pass off.
No.
All right.
We're not going to do that. This is the On the Record crew. Said, give him your handle, man.
All right, your man City's POV on Instagram, City55, and that man City on Twitter.
My man Walt, give him your social media handle.
Right now, it's just mainly the IG. It's I'm Walt, IM_WAL, 4 T's after that.
And I'm DJ Intense. Follow me on all social medias. DJ INTENTE. Make sure you follow the podcast page. That's On The Record. That's ONTHEROKORD. Like and subscribe on all of our YouTube and also our podcast. Okay? Tell a friend, and I'm out.
Word.
Bye-bye, IG Live.